Okay, so we're gonna resume now. Are we going to the cinema? Said Paul. Here, they're showing you that the punctuation can be different. So the punctuation can be different in the sentence. It doesn't have to be a comma, it doesn't have to be a dot. It can differ. It can be an exclamation mark, it can be a question mark. Are we going to the cinema? Said Paul. What do you ask yourself? Who is speaking? Who is speaking? Paul. What did he say? Are we going to the cinema? So I can separate here because who's speaking? Paul. What did he say? Are we going to the cinema? But are we going to put a comma? No, it's a question mark because here he's asking. And then we're gonna put the quotation. Are we going to the cinema? The quotation is in the part where what the speaker said, what Paul said. Are we going to the cinema? This is where you put the quotation. Okay? And we make sure that the A is capital. There is punctuation at the end of the sentence. Okay. Let's start with the exercises. Open your readers and writers to page 433. Underline the part of each sentence that is a quotation. I want to learn about Atlantis, said Jeremy. Where is the quotation? We said the quotation is in the part of the sentence that tells what the speaker said. So where is the quotation? Here, there is the quotation. We ask ourselves, what did he say? First, who is the speaker? Jeremy. What did he say? The second question, what did he say? I want to learn about Atlantis. What he said is between quotations. What the speaker said, Jeremy. So this is what we will underline. Number 2. You'll do it by yourself, but I'll tell you the way that you should be following. I will teach you, replied Miss Foster. Who's the speaker? Miss Foster. What did Miss Foster say? So you ask yourself, who's the speaker? Miss Foster. What did Miss Foster say? I will teach you. Where did we separate between who's the speaker and what is said? Here's the comma. Okay, here they're asking you to put a line under the sentence where there's the quotation. Again, the quotation is put in the part what the speaker said, okay? The part of the sentence that tells what the speaker said. He said, I will teach you. So where will you put the line? You'll do it. And then send it to your teacher. Miss Foster said, it is a very old story. Again, who's the speaker? Who's saying? You ask yourself, Miss Foster, what did she say? It is a very old story. Where's the quotation? In the part where? Or the part that the speaker, what the speaker said, okay? The part of the sentence that tells what the speaker said. It is a very old story. So this is the quotation. You underline it. Directions. Write the sentences, add quotation marks and commas where they are needed. So you will add the quotation marks where it is needed. And of course you will add the comma. You will add comma and quotation mark. I showed you how. So we will do number 4 and we'll do number 5 now. I like to read about many things, said Jeremy. So you will ask yourself, who's the speaker? Jeremy. So that I can separate, okay? What did the speaker say? I like to read about many things. So you will separate where? When you separate, you put a comma. And you put the quotation in the part that tells what the speaker said. What did he say? He said, I like to read about many things. So please do it on your own. Jeremy read a story called The Legend of Kala. Remember, when I started the lesson, I told you that we can put quotations also when we're referring to a story, to a book, to a poem, to a song. So here there is no speaker. You will ask yourself, Jeremy read a story called The Legend. There's no conversation. There's no speaker. So here you will just put the quotation. This is a trick, by the way. This is a tricky question. You want to make sure that you understand. Jeremy read a story called The Legend of Kala. So here you only put the quotation, there's no comma in the part which tells the story. Okay, so there's no conversation here. There was conversations. There was someone saying something. But here there's no one saying something. Here only Jeremy read a story called, they're telling you that he read a story called The Legend of Kala. So you put the quotation where the quotation is in for the story, the name of the story, The Legend of Kala. Okay. Read the selection. Now open to page 439. Read the selection, then read each question that follows the selection. You will choose the best answer to each question. A conversation at the beach. The seashore is great, Tim said. Here they didn't put any quotation marks. Look at the ocean, I responded. Tim said there are cliffs too. The water goes on forever, I replied. Do sharks live here? Tim asked. We're going to do one and number 4. This is number 1 and number 4. In sentence 1, what words and punctuation marks should go inside the quotation marks? So where here should we put the quotation marks? You ask yourself, who's the speaker? The seashore is great, Tim said. Tim, what did he say? The seashore is great. The answer to the second question, which is what did he say, what the speaker said, is where you put the quotation. The seashore is great. So we choose the seashore is great. Number 4. What words and punctuation marks should go inside quotation marks? Now here I want to remind you about something, that the comma is inside, okay? Is inside. It's not outside the quotation. It's inside the quotation. In sentence 4, what words and punctuation marks should go inside quotation marks? The water goes on forever, I replied. Where do we put the quotation? The water goes on forever. Why? We ask ourselves, who's the speaker? Me. I'm the speaker. What did he say? What did I say? The water goes on forever. The answer to my second question which is what did I say, is where I put the quotation. The water goes on forever. This is what I said. The water goes on forever. Don't forget that the comma is inside the quotation. So you choose this answer. Why is this wrong? Because there is no comma. See, the comma needs to be inside the quotation, so this is wrong. We're going to be doing number 3. In sentence 3, what words and punctuation marks should go inside quotation marks? Pay attention to the number of the questions, by the way, because I separated them, okay? Make sure that the number of the question. It is not in the same order of your workbook. So, what words and punctuation marks should go inside the quotation mark? The water goes on forever. I replied. Sorry, it's number 3. Tim said there are cliffs too. We ask ourselves, who's the speaker? Tim. What did he say? There are cliffs too. The answer to my question is where I put the quotation marks. There are cliffs too. But here we're not going to put the comma. Why did we said why? First, if you were listening, Tim said, when Tim said or the person who said comes first, we don't include the comma. The comma is not inside the quotation. So it's only there are cliffs too. The answer to my second question. What did the speaker say? We put the quotation to what did the speaker say? There are cliffs too. Number 5, you'll do it on your own. They're asking you sentence 2. Look at the ocean. I responded. Where will you put the quotation? Ask first. Who's the speaker? Yes, so we're going to continue the same way we answered the other questions. That's all. Thank you for listening.